Welcome to Music in the Moment Foundations, and I'd like you to start exactly where you are. I'm going to go through this welcoming video as soon as I can so you can go right into the content. So, Maria Moo Music is a proud charity embracing music learning in early years, based in Southend in England, and we are focused on empowering you on early years music development in a modern way, which is up to date with what's needed. So I support childminders and homeschooling parents by empowering them with music. So if you're here, you understand how important music is as a powerful learning tool, as an holistic learning tool that tackles all the issues with language, speech, pathways, motor skills, social skills, dexterity, learning language, etc. And you are ready to take action. And this is why it's so important for you to be here with me today. So, if you want to know a little bit more about myself as a professional, my qualifications, experience, endorsements, and referrals and feedback, please do visit my LinkedIn page. I'm always happy to connect with you there. I have over 25 years of experience working with children since I was 16 years of age, and I started music when I was 3, so I've been doing it for a while. Um, I've had a career in singing. I have a Trinity College of London degree, ATCL, in singing, classical singing. I play the piano. I've learned theory with ABRSM, and I have worked in classrooms between governments and communities in Portugal, then in the UK, and then in Dubai for about 11 years. So 5 of them in a classroom as a music teacher, but also 2 years as an LA. I've done recording of singing in studios, musicals, productions with kids with all sorts of different learning needs and abilities. And I've created my own music monomodal learning approach in a pocketbook, which looks at schema from mind, body, and the heart, how we see meaning in music, and consolidates a lot of approaches like Dalcroze, Orff, and Edwin Gordon's, and even Kodály into a system that works for you as a childminder. So, like Maria Montessori said, there should be music in a child's environment, just as spoken speech exists in the child's environment and development. In the social environment, the child should be considered always, and music should be provided, especially if you're teaching and learning. So, since the pandemic, the world has never been the same. We haven't returned. It didn't just interrupt education, as Dr. Sarah Chen says here, as a psychologist of education and author of Learning After Lockdown. It fundamentally rewired how children learn, connect, and grow. We're not returning to the old classroom systems, and we're building entirely new learning ecosystems where resilience, adaptability, and emotional intelligence matter as much, if not more, as academic achievement. So childminders have a critical role and play a critical role in their profession, helping families and their children to develop at a critical time before they reach formal schooling. And this means that your music activities can act as an enhancement, but also an active element in accelerating the learning trajectory of these children. So I know that you have different challenges, like different age groups in your setting, different age and stages of development from baby all the way to toddler. You have to fit in music into the moment planning that you already do. It has to be simple to set up, simple to deliver, and also adaptable to indoors learning, garden, forest, beach time, wherever you may be. And you have to know how to record those outcomes to show impact in your children, because that counts. And parents want to see that. And inspection, when it comes, needs to see and see that trajectory. So, what is available to you out there? I know for a fact that you're probably part of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Instagram and Facebook groups. Childminders often organize their meetups locally if they are within the same area, which is fantastic because you do need to have those support systems that help you to move forward and know more, become, better skilled, even if it's just to hear what they are doing, what works for them, and what works for you, and you can exchange critical information that would otherwise not be available. You may be joining council and LA systems and groups. You may also pay franchise sort of clubs for sensory music. I'm sorry, but I don't like that sentence at all. Sensory music to me is another gimmick to sell something that may not be suitable for you. A lot of them don't know how the brain learns music in terms of rhythmic sequencing and rhythmic patterns and tonal patterns, which we will learn. You also may be scrolling through a lot of reels and ideas on social media on how to deliver music activities. And this is on top of everything else you already do so well and have to arrange and set up with your children. So you may be buying tons of resources like instruments, scarves, ribbons, which is all very good. You may be joining setups of childminders like forest school, beach groups, dance groups. You may visit council and childminders groups. You may pay for music sessions in your particular setting with your friends or with your colleagues that you meet up and scroll those ideas. But the fact of the matter is, ask yourself, are they having a prolonged and sustained impact? Are they effective in your setting? Probably not, because they're not specific to music. They may be incorporating dance and activities and art and all that, but they're not specific to music. So if you want to build a musical brain and capitalize on that as a tool, how do you go about doing that? So I can tell you that we asked 167 childminders who did a survey, and they said that when they conduct their, or they think of conducting music activities, they feel that are not qualified enough, or they know enough, or they're not trained to do it, they're not a musician, they feel they don't have a good voice, they can't sing out of their own judgment, or maybe something that was told in their setting when they were learning themselves in school when they were growing up, and they just think that music may be a too difficult subject to go into without knowing enough. So effectively they don't typically know where to start in a consistent manner weekly to do this. And if they do, they often give up because chaos ensues in their setting, in their group. So don't panic. I've created a simple method which is easy to understand, easy to follow, easy to pull up from a shelf. It's a system that will work, and you can start that journey at the end of this mini course. By the time you finish in 60 minutes, you will be able to have a very deep understanding of music by age group and stage of development. Those are two different things because age doesn't always correlate to development stage. Yeah, you will be able to understand simple setup and design and delivery and recording of music and their outcomes in your children with your group, and you'll feel much more empowered to do music. So are you ready to start? I hope you are, because I know that action changes things. There's not much more that does it. It has to start there. It starts with you, and I'm so happy that you're here to start the journey with us. See you inside, and any questions, please do comment below this video.